Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Chairman Abdelaziz, for asking me to address the issue of the United States oil revolution, or shale oil revolution, as it is normally called, and its impact on the Gulf region. I hope to keep my remarks short in terms of word, and for that reason, it is useful to have a few numbers. So it is useful to have a few numbers to see at the reality of things, because you hear a lot about what is happening, but unless you look at the numbers, you don't quite understand. So these are numbers from Petroleum Intelligence Weekly that estimates the production in this past month of July. So they are unofficial numbers. It's very difficult to have official numbers, and when you have them, it's many months after the fact. According to Petroleum Intelligence Weekly, the United States over the past year, from July 2013 to July 2014, have added 1.3 million barrels per day of production. So there is a little doubt that the shale oil revolution is for real. There is no other country that has added so much capacity and production, not just capacity, actual production. And it is difficult indeed for most other countries to be able to increase production this rapidly. It's quite an extraordinary phenomenon. Alone, the United States account for 2/3 of total increase in world oil production, which has been significant because total world production has increased by close to 2 million barrels per day over the past year, which is faster than consumption. In this context, is it true that the United States are becoming self-sufficient for oil? The answer is no, not yet. It's not expected by any forecaster or analyst that the United States alone will be able to become self-sufficient. When you consider North America and you add Canada to the picture, it is possible that North America becomes self-sufficient, or indeed small net exporting countries in some 10 or 15 years from now. But that would be mostly a Canadian story more than a United States story. United States imports have continued, therefore, mostly from the Gulf. In the past few years, imports of crude oil into the United States from the Gulf region have not decreased. They have maintained steadily. Imports from other parts of the world have decreased, notably from Nigeria and from Algeria. Why is that the case? Because these are countries that produce light sweet oil, and light sweet oil is what is being produced in the United States, what is increasing in the United States. The Gulf produces medium sour oil, and so that does not enter in direct competition, and it is directed to different refineries than the light sweet oil. In that sense, strictly speaking, the dependency of the United States from the Gulf has not decreased at all. Can we therefore say that the United States are becoming indifferent to what happens in the Gulf because of these developments? I think this would be very difficult to conclude. I think when we look at the situation and the past events over the past year or year and a half, we can see that the attitude of the United States towards the region is mostly dictated, if you wish, by frustration or inability to develop a valid strategy, than from indifference because we don't need the region any longer. We just need to remind that 18 months ago, more or less 19, when John Kerry took the job of Secretary of State, he said at the beginning that he wanted to make peace in the Middle East, meaning in between Israel and Palestine, one of his top priority. And we see where we stand today. So it's the Iraqi situation, it's the Syrian situation, it's the Palestinian situation. The United States seem to have lost the capability of relating with this region in a fruitful manner. One thing that is happening, coming back to oil, is that we have a good deal of production. Notably, the production of Saudi Arabia has been increasing. Here you have the increase over the year. It's modest, only 53,000 barrels per day. But in the past month alone, June to July, the increase was of about 350,000 barrels per day, according to Petroleum Intelligence Weekly, and according to other sources, even bigger than that. Saudi Arabia today is producing at very high levels. And so are the other Gulf countries. So the bottom line is that there is a good deal of oil in this world. The oil is abundant. And as you might have noticed in the past few weeks, the price has been coming down. This is not surprising at all. As a matter of fact, I personally have been expecting the price to come down for the past year and a half. And it is only because of the sentiment of the market dictated by the many crises that we experience that this decline in prices has taken time before it has become manifest. But today it is here, and I would expect that it will continue. So what is the net effect of that? Is this a problem for the Gulf countries? Officially, it is. No one in Saudi Arabia, no one in the United Arab Emirates looks forward to a decline in price. But I would submit to you that, at least my personal opinion, is that there may be significant benefits for the Gulf countries, at least for the major oil-producing countries in the Gulf, out of a decline in prices. A decline in prices would not hurt significantly these countries. They can enjoy a comfortable budget surplus, although their spending has been increasing a lot, but partly it has been increasing because the money is there. And when the money is there, there is pressure to increase spending. So some less money may also mean less pressure to increase spending. A lower price would reduce the profitability of shale oil in the United States, therefore progressively perhaps slow down this increase, would reduce the profitability of frontier ventures in many other parts of the world. We are talking about Brazil or the Arctic or other difficult parts of the world, and would hurt other players, other producing countries, much more than it hurts the Gulf countries. I'm talking about Iran, maybe. I'm talking about Russia, maybe. I'm talking about several other countries that in these days have taken attitudes which are not always welcomed by the Gulf countries. So if we look back over the past 10 years, the increase in the price of oil started about 2004, so about 10 years ago. Over these past 10 years of increasing and high oil prices, stability in the region has not improved. So it's a very simple fact that has to be noted. So I would dare suggest that somewhat more moderate prices may have, after all, a positive effect in terms of regional stability. Thank you.